Security isn't built overnight, but with the right patching, it gets stronger by the day. We're thrilled to have you with us. In this video, you'll discover how you can confidently manage and automate your patching process using ManageEngine Patch Manager Plus, a solution designed to empower you to streamline operations, strengthen endpoint security, and stay ahead of vulnerabilities, all without adding complexity to your routine. Before we explore how the product works, it's important to know the company that built it, Zoho Corporation. Headquartered internationally in Chennai, India, Zoho Corporation is a global technology company that's been around since 1996. Over the years, it has steadily grown to serve more than 120 million users worldwide. What makes this growth unique is the fact that it was achieved entirely without external funding. That independence translates into innovation that's rooted in customer needs, not investor priorities. Zoho Corporation has two primary divisions: Zoho, which delivers a suite of SaaS applications for businesses, and ManageEngine, its enterprise IT management arm. ManageEngine is designed to solve complex IT challenges in mid to large-scale organizations. If you're in charge of your company's network, servers, endpoints, applications, or user access, ManageEngine is where all your tools live under one roof. ManageEngine provides a comprehensive and tightly integrated suite of IT management solutions that help you secure and optimize your IT environment. Over 280,000 organizations across 190 countries use ManageEngine to manage their digital infrastructure. These include government agencies, global enterprises, MSPs, and even small businesses that want to run lean but secure. The breadth of ManageEngine's portfolio is built around 7 key pillars: unified service management, unified endpoint management and security, security information and event management, low-code application development, advanced IT analytics, IT operations and observability, and identity and access management. Together, these segments help IT teams manage everything from incident tickets and server health to user permissions and endpoint compliance, regardless of industry or scale. You can deploy ManageEngine products on-premises in Zoho Cloud or in public cloud environments like AWS and Azure. MSP variants are also available for multi-tenant service providers looking to deliver IT as a service to their clients. Over the years, our products have consistently received praise from leading research and advisory firms such as Gartner, Forrester, and IDC. But beyond these recognitions, what truly validates our efforts is the feedback we receive from IT teams worldwide. It's not just about winning awards, it's about making a measurable impact in your daily operations. Today, IT admins like you face a different kind of urgency. You're constantly racing against the clock to stay ahead of vulnerabilities, reduce your attack surface, maintain uptime, and meet internal or regulatory compliance, all while juggling multiple tools and time zones. Some of the common concerns we often hear from admins include: how do I ensure timely patching for all endpoints, including roaming and remote users, without disrupting productivity? How do I strike a balance between speed and safety, especially when I need to test patches before rolling them out? How can I prepare for audits and prove compliance without drowning in documentation? How do I reduce the vulnerability footprint effectively and handle servers without compromising uptime or SLAs? These are operational roadblocks that affect your security posture and productivity alike. But the right patch management solution can turn these challenges into repeatable, scalable, and proactive workflows. And that begins with the discovery stage. Traditionally, discovering new vulnerabilities or patches required you to manually track vendor bulletins, subscribe to mailing lists, comb through CVE databases, and stay glued to feeds like NVD. It's a task that demands precision and attention, but it can be overwhelming, especially when you're dealing with thousands of endpoints and multiple platforms. Patch Manager Plus fundamentally transforms this experience. Behind the scenes, our dedicated security research team constantly scans trusted vendor sources, public advisories, and CVE feeds for new threats and released patches. Once a vulnerability is disclosed or an update is made available, Patch Manager Plus detects and syncs the patch into your console, eliminating manual effort on your part. Each patch is pulled directly from the original vendor site, not third-party mirrors, and it's subjected to multiple levels of integrity verification, including checksum validation, certificate checks, and antivirus scanning. This ensures that every patch you see in your console is not only relevant, but also secure and deployment ready. If you want greater control over how and when this information syncs, you can head to Admin, Patch Settings, Patch Database Settings, and configure patch sync intervals based on your internal cadence. Beyond OS patches, Patch Manager Plus also supports over 1,700 third-party applications right out of the box. That includes everything from browsers like Chrome and Firefox to developer tools, PDF readers, media players, and communication apps. You don't need a separate tool or extension. Third-party patching is built-in, native, and just as robust. Once discovery is taken care of, the next step is to identify what's missing in your environment. This is where Patch Manager Plus's detection engine gives you complete clarity and control. As soon as a patch sync occurs, your compliance dashboard reflects the latest changes. Missing patches are flagged instantly so that you know exactly what needs your attention and in what order. When you open the Systems tab, you'll get a visual snapshot of every machine's health. You can immediately see which systems are fully secure, partially compliant, or completely vulnerable. There is also an attention required view that brings high priority risks to the forefront, like machines pending reboot or systems that have gone rogue. This targeted visibility helps you spend less time sifting through lists and more time acting on what matters. Now that you know what needs patching, it's time to talk about delivery. And that's where the Patch Manager Plus agent comes into play. This lightweight agent is installed on every endpoint, whether it's part of your LAN, connected via WAN, or operating remotely across geographies. The agent handles patch downloads, enforces deployment policies, triggers installations, and reports back patch status, all silently in the background without disrupting your end users. With the agent in place, your patching process becomes proactive, predictable, and highly efficient. There are several ways to deploy agent in end user system. Let us start with Windows. You can deploy the agent from the product console, can bulk deploy, and also automate it. If you have an AD setup, you can install agent via GPO and also automate it via SOM policy. You can also manually install the agent by downloading the installer from the console. Now, moving on to macOS devices. macOS systems require a few extra steps. First, you'll need to install a downloadable agent package file. This can be done manually or pushed via an MDM solution. Finally, for Linux machines, the process involves downloading the agent installer script from the Endpoint Central Console and executing it on the Linux machine using the terminal. Supported distributions include Red Hat, CentOS, Ubuntu, Debian, and SUSE. Regardless of the OS, once the agent is installed, it continuously communicates with the server to fetch configurations, apply policies, and deploy patches, making it a core component of endpoint management. Once the agent is installed and starts communicating with the server, the way this communication happens, whether within a local network or across geographically distributed sites, depends on the underlying architecture setup. Let's take a look at how this works in both LAN and WAN environments. In a LAN setup, Patch Manager Plus follows a client-server model where both the server and the managed computers reside within the same network. The server can directly contact all the client machines and deploy patches without needing proxy settings. Since patch files are transferred over the local network, internet bandwidth is not consumed. This setup eliminates the need for distribution servers, making it ideal for environments where all endpoints are located within the internal network. The Patch Manager Plus server is installed in the head office, while the client machines are located across remote offices. Since these clients are outside the local network, they cannot directly communicate with the server. To bridge this gap, distribution servers are installed in each remote location. These distribution servers download patches from the main server and distribute them to the respective client machines within their network. This reduces bandwidth consumption and ensures faster deployments across remote offices. With the right architecture in place to support smooth patch delivery across networks, the next crucial focus is patch reliability. Before any patch is deployed at scale, it is vital to ensure it won't destroy your environment. That's why testing and approval are built right into the workflow. Not all patches behave the same across environments. What works flawlessly in one setup might break legacy applications or conflict with system configurations in another. Patch Manager Plus gives you the control to test patches before rolling them out organization-wide, helping you mitigate these risks and maintain business continuity. You can begin by creating a pilot test group, typically a small subset of systems that reflect the diversity of your actual environment. In the Define Task section, you can select the platform, assign the group, and define what kind of updates you want to test, be it Microsoft, third-party, or even driver updates. From there, you can choose to patch all applications, target specific apps, exclude certain applications, giving you fine-grained control over what gets deployed. Once that's done, move to the Deployment Criteria section. Here, you can set a delay, say 0 days, after a patch is released to control when it enters the test group. This helps you space out updates and avoid abrupt rollouts. Next, apply a deployment policy. You can choose an existing one or create a new custom policy depending on your patching window, reboot preferences, and deployment frequency. If you'd like real-time visibility into the testing process, enable notifications via email or mobile for events like approval status, patch download failures, or deployment issues. And finally, under Approval mode, you can choose to automatically approve patches after a defined number of days, only if they've been successfully installed on at least one machine without failing on any. This smart approval workflow ensures only stable patches get pushed to the rest of your environment. This built-in test and approve cycle acts as your safety net, minimizing risk while maintaining operational efficiency. Once patches are tested and approved, it's time to scale deployments efficiently. And that's where Automated Patch Deployment, APD, becomes your strategic ally. APD helps you automate patch distribution while maintaining full control over how, when, and where patches are deployed across your organization. You can begin by navigating to the APD task creation page within Patch Manager Plus. The interface is designed to guide you through each configuration step seamlessly. Start by selecting the types of updates you want to include. This could be Microsoft updates, third-party applications, antivirus definition updates, or even driver updates. For each category, you can specify which severities or specific updates should be included in the deployment. Next comes deployment timing. You can set a delay period under Deploy Patches after X days from release to allow time for patch stability reviews or internal testing before deployment begins. This delay acts as a safety buffer, ensuring that updates have been vetted and won't disrupt live environments. Deployment policies come next. These let you define preferred weeks and days for patch rollout, as well as set deployment windows that respect business hours. You can apply an existing policy or create a new one directly within the task setup. This lets you tailor patching to user availability or team schedules, especially during periods like product launches or financial closings. If you're working with globally distributed teams or systems that go offline frequently, the Patch Outside Deployment Window setting is particularly helpful. This feature ensures that any system which missed its original deployment window will still receive patches later, helping you maintain compliance even when device uptime is inconsistent. For example, if you manage a roaming sales team that connects sporadically, APD ensures that their devices get patched as soon as they come online. No manual intervention needed. It's automation with accountability. Once these controls are in place, it's time to determine who gets patched. Under the Target section, you can specify device groups or remote offices that should be included in this APD task. Whether it's a specific branch, department, or function, this ensures the right machines are covered without needing to handpick them every time. Finally, you can configure notifications to keep your IT team informed. Alerts can be sent out when there's a deployment or download failure or when status reports are ready. You can customize how frequently these emails are sent, include detailed reports, and even add mobile push notifications for on-the-go visibility. Just enter the relevant email addresses and select the technicians who should stay updated. All these configurations, update selection, scheduling, policy application, targeting, and notification, come together to create a patching workflow that's not just automated, but intelligent and adaptive. And while APD works wonders for endpoints like desktops and laptops, your servers demand a more measured approach. This is where multi-ring deployment becomes critical. With Patch Manager Plus, you can roll out patches in controlled stages, first testing updates in a pilot or a staging ring, then gradually pushing them to production systems. This stage strategy helps reduce risk and downtime. In short, APD gives you both agility and governance. Whether it's high-volume endpoint patching or carefully orchestrated server updates, you get end-to-end control, with automation doing the heavy lifting. Still, there are moments when routine cycles aren't fast enough, especially during high-impact events like ransomware outbreak or zero-day vulnerability disclosure. In such cases, you need to act immediately, and Patch Manager Plus lets you do just that through manual deployment. You can handpick the affected systems and roll out critical patches instantly without having to wait for any automation rules. This method ensures that urgent threats are addressed on your terms, right when they occur. Once you're past the emergency, it's important to bring your patching activity back under policy-driven control, and that's where deployment policies come into play. Using a deployment policy, you can define when and how patches get deployed across different endpoints. You can choose the exact weeks and days, and even narrow it down to specific deployment windows, all to ensure patches are deployed when systems are least used. You get to decide whether patch binaries should be downloaded only during the deployment window or anytime the agent contacts the server. Plus, you can choose to trigger the deployment at system startup, refresh cycle, or whichever happens earlier, giving you flexibility over how and when the action kicks in. Moving on to pre-deployment activities, you can queue up actions like wake on LAN, pre-deployment reboot, or even run a custom script, perfect if your endpoints need any prep before patching begins. To keep users in the loop, head to the pre-deployment user notification section. Here, you can configure messages to notify end users that patching is about to begin. You can also give them the option to skip the deployment or monitor the progress on their machines. After patching, post-deployment activities let you wrap up with actions like a reboot, shock shutdown, or trigger another custom script, useful if you need to clean up or restart services. Once deployment is done, it's time to validate your efforts, and that's where reporting becomes essential. After patch deployment, reporting becomes your most powerful tool. Patch Manager Plus gives you ready-to-use reports like patch compliance, system compliance, and deployment status. You can also generate query-based reports to meet your internal audit and governance requirements. Whether you need to satisfy ISO, NIST, HIPAA, or just your internal IT policies, Patch Manager Plus gives you the data you need in the format you want. To extend this visibility even further, Patch Manager Plus integrates seamlessly with vulnerability scanners like Rapid7 and CrowdStrike. If a scanner flags a vulnerability, Patch Manager Plus can step in to remediate it, forming a closed-loop workflow between detection and action. It also integrates with help desk platforms for ticketing and escalation, enabling IT and SecOps to collaborate better. Depending on your organization's needs, you can use Patch Manager Plus as a standalone patching tool or combine it with ManageEngine's other products. Use Vulnerability Manager Plus if you want scanning and remediation in one platform. Choose Endpoint Central if you need unified endpoint management, including patching, data loss prevention, browser security, and more, all from a single console. To wrap up, Patch Manager Plus gives you full control across the patch management lifecycle, from vulnerability discovery and patch detection to automation, testing, troubleshooting, and compliance reporting. Whether you're managing endpoints in a small team or an enterprise-grade network, you'll find the visibility, flexibility, and confidence you need to patch smarter and faster. Thanks for staying with us through this journey. You can get started with a free 30-day trial of Patch Manager Plus today, or reach out to our team to explore your specific use case. We'll help you find the right fit and share additional resources to guide you forward. Let's simplify patching. Let's secure your endpoints.